Hey guys, this is Katana from Chronic Gaming. I'm going to demo the alterations I've done to the bomb script that Freak Boy has demoed on his server. Vibration NC turned me on to the fact that it did not work with his Fallujah map. Um, the Fallujah 1.3 does not have any defined cities. The guy that recreated the map did not populate the towns, so um, the bomb script does not detect the cities, and it would fly down to debug, which is the debug's in the bottom corner over here, in the bottom left. So what I did was I rescripted it to allow you to use, and you had the option to use the custom script that I've created, which the custom script looks for the mill objective marker. That's all it looks for. So if you have it enabled and for some reason you got this marker on your map, it will put that marker in a random pool. I've also added the custom, and I'll show you some of the script, but I've added the custom spawns as well as I left the default spawns in. You can turn one on or both on. If you mess up and you put false for both calls, it'll automatically choose the default. So if you just happen to mess up and set them both to false, it will still choose the default one. But if you turn on custom and turn off the default, it will only look for these. If you turn off if you turn off the custom and turn on the default, it'll look for towns. And if you turn them both on, it'll look for any of the towns or the markers. So what I recommend you do is, I'm only going to place one marker on the map for ease of this demo. When I put it on the server, I can run it offline, but I want to actually see how it sounds online, because the CFG sounds file you have to put in your description ext does not work offline. But anyway, what I recommend you do is place the marker wherever you want it. I'm going to sit over here in the salt lake. I'm going to sit it in the middle of the salt lake so I know where it's at. And then double click on it, and then go to your alpha and set it to 0. It's still there, but the players can't see it, and that's the idea, is you don't want them to know where things might spawn. Now there is a custom script that I put in there that you can turn the marker on and off, the target marker on and off. The kicker with the target marker is it will despawn when the plane gets 10,000 meters from the drop site. So people have a brief moment of, yeah, I know where it's going. You can turn that on or off if you want also. I'm going to pause the video and change a few things from my settings, and then I'll be back. Alright guys, I minimized the game and I've come into the script. Where's my mouse at? Why can't I control my mouse? There it is. Alright, so of course that's in the way. There we go. What I've done, and I'll walk through this real quick. I've added these two here, and for the sake of anybody using Fallujah 1.3, you need to make sure you do not allow city bombing at all, because there's no cities. This is the setting that you can change to take away the bomber markers. This is how long you want the program to sleep, which I need to turn that back on because I turned that off while I was doing some testing. This is how long you want the program to sleep after a player logs on. This is the minimum bar and the maximum bar. So basically, after the mission launches, I've got it set for 60 seconds right now just for testing. Typically speaking, you can see what the creator of this script recommends. But for test purposes, I'm just making sure everything works. So 60 to 90 seconds. So after the first bomb run completes, a minimum of 60 seconds and a maximum of 90 seconds before the next mission spawns. Right here is the minimum distance from a trader that you want it to spawn. You don't want it to bomb traders, basically. That only matters if you're using the default setting. You can set it to 0 if you want it to bomb it and put some of the markers down I placed. This is if you want the AI to attack the plane and you want the plane to attack AI. This puts self-explanatory, puts the plane in God mode. You can change any one of these settings here that you want to change out the aircraft. Make sure the last one in the line never has a comma or you'll break it, and make sure all the ones above it have commas. The random bomb, this is the type of bomb. If you want to do the research and change the bomb, you can. The bombs are not dropped from plane. They're actually generated through the script, and they materialize at 75 meters above now. So that is the gist of the setup. The biggest thing when you get the script you want to play with is whether or not which of the bombing type you want to use, one, either or both. You can make them both true. If you mess up and make them both false, I have a catch strip down later in the script that will make the default bombing true. You can mess with the show target, your sleeps, and any of this stuff here. But as far as the quick stuff goes, basically all the way down to this line right here is where you want everything above. You can pretty much mess with in the configs area. So right that area right there that's highlighted is really all you want to mess with. So you always want to make sure you look at it, and when you're done configuring it, you would take the actual script and PBO it and throw it on your server right next to your Exile server in your Exile server add-ons folder, right next to everything else, DMS or anything else you're using. Just drop it in, and then when you go into your description, you need to go into your description ext. I'm going to show you one of mine that I use for my server. Where's it at? Okay, description ext. What you're going to want to do, if you don't have description ext, which you should, I believe, yeah, all the maps have one. I'm a mistake. I've been at this all day long, so I apologize. But description ext, you're going to come down. If you do not have a CFG sounds, you will take this entire thing and paste it in. If you have a CFG sounds, all you want to do is take. You actually don't need that. You can put it in there if you want. It's already going to be one in there, but you're going to need to take from class drop all the way down to this last semicolon and bracket, and you want to drop it in like I did mine, which is, well, hell. Let me just search it. There we go. All right, you want to drop it in. See, this is default. This is the stuff I was running as of today, before an hour ago. But you just drop in your sounds. And what I've done here is I made an HPP file that puts all my stuff elsewhere, so it just declutters my description ext. I'm going to stop the video, and the next time the video pops up, I will be in the game. And hi guys, this is part 3 of what I was telling you about the bomb script. I'm going to get a couple things set up real quick. Map icons, God mode, so I'm going to die, and I want to see shit. All right, so anyway, I don't have it automatically running right now. I'm hoping that it will run properly with me just simply typing it in. It does offline, I just don't know how to do online. Here goes nothing. It should be a 60-second timer, and it should spawn. I've got it set up for custom, so it should spawn right over here somewhere. It'll have a marker, a yellow marker that I've got in there, and it'll spawn anywhere on this map when it spawns. So let's just see if it works. If it doesn't, I'll have to put it on the server proper and see what it does. I had it running earlier proper, but I didn't have any updated scripts, so I'm just wanting to control it. And we'll sit here and wait for a second, and I'll just probably end up clipping this out. There it is. All right, so there's the marker I was telling you about, and there's the plane. It's going to be the Griffin coming in, and I've got it set up. It should basically come straight to the location. Right now, it's tracking off, but it should adjust. But it is going after that MIL underscore objective marker that I added, and then I made it transparent so you can't see it. You can add as many of them as you want. You can let it run default where it selects the towns automatically, or you can let it do both and it'll pick one or the other randomly after it populates the list. So I'm surprised that nothing's working so far. I've never actually used the script on the server, so I don't know what it's supposed to sound like, look like. But I was told there was supposed to be an alarm. I kind of expected an alert to pop up. It may be something that I messed something up. The marker was supposed to disappear at 10,000 meters, but we'll let it circle and see if it drops the bomb. I needed to verify the script that marker didn't delete, but and it could be because I'm not running it on the server like I'm supposed to also. I'll test it both ways before I throw it out there for you guys to use. Biggest thing I want to do is make sure it drops the bombs and so on. I just want to demo that it actually works and give you guys options. Let's get up in the air. So that's the script in a nutshell, and this is using the custom spawn points that you can add. Well, not actually spawn points, it's custom markers that you can add to the map. But none of the sounds worked, so I gotta put it on the server properly and test it. But either way, that's the script. I was hoping the sounds are deployed like they're supposed to. And if it's on the server, everything's working like it's supposed to. Thanks for watching, guys.